In today's topic, we are going to continue talking about Uniswap. We are trading at $4.12, and obviously, yes, yesterday's video plus my previous videos turned out to be very true, and I hope that you guys have been enjoying these technical analysis type of videos with regards to what has been happening to Uniswap. So I really hope that you guys really got to benefit off of the free information that I have been giving you, because I have been nailing it, and you guys can obviously get to verify all the trends with regards to Uniswap in my previous video, because the proof is obviously in the pudding, and I don't really want to be one of those corny YouTubers who just just talk reckless. So anyhow, with regards to my Uniswap trade, right, I was obviously waiting for my ultimate buy zone area, and just like I told you, right, I gave you a range. The reason why I really thought that this particular area is a very specific area of value with regards to us coming back to find support is due to the fact that we faced a lot of resistance right around these areas. So let me just switch over to the 1 hourly, because we don't really have a lot of data to work with. So this is one of the reasons why you just have to have a sniper's mentality. So as you can see here, right, we obviously ended up facing quite a lot of resistance right over here. So I was really hoping for a bounce around this particular area, because we had those crazy weeks. So obviously getting to find support along these lines is something which isn't really that crazy. And right over here, right, we ended up finding support, and we dropped way below. Let me switch over to the 15 minutes. We dropped all the way down to about $3.69. So if you guys have been following me, you heard me preach about $3.67 and below, and we ended up dropping to $3.69. So I am super happy about that. But that was a very easy trade. This was obviously very easy to see from a mile away. And as you can see here, right, let me just reveal one secret for you traders out there. So let me first of all get rid of this particular green thing right over here. I'm sure it's disturbing you. Okay, so let me tell you a trick about how the market makers usually get to trigger your stop losses, because a lot of people have got stop losses. Let's say for example today, when the price of Uniswap dropped here, people were very anxious. It dropped about $3.78. Then we started ranging. From here I was eyeing out the next potential buying area. And what usually happens is there is what we call stop hunting, hunting for stop losses, stop loss hunting. Okay, so as you can see here, on the smaller time frame, right, obviously the price of Uniswap did bottom twice, and people just ended up putting their stop losses right over here, and then they also ended up putting their stop loss right over here. So what the market makers usually do is they usually break this particular support so that a lot of different stop losses might get triggered, and this is where you get to buy once you see that this particular structure has been broken and the support has been cemented. If you take a look at this particular structure, right, it usually happens. I can show you this structure in BTC several times. Whenever you have two double bottoms, there's obviously going to be a third attempt to crash everything and just ruin everybody's stop losses. So I don't know whether we can find a quick one here. So you can easily find it on all time frames. It doesn't really matter. So if we take a look at this one right here, very good, perfect example. People had stop losses right over here. And if we switch over to the 1 hour, right, you're obviously going to see that the price of Bitcoin obviously did end up being stable in this particular area, and a lot of people were saying, okay, this is where I'm going to put my stop loss. So after we ended up pumping, we ended up crashing, and we ended up creating, or rather destroying, these stop losses, including this particular one right over here. So these are the types of things that a lot of market makers usually use to get you to panic sell and just take all your money. So this is what was observed here, and immediately that happened, right, we obviously experienced this type of situation, and eventually we ended up pumping. Remember, we have been anticipating this particular level to be the next support because it was the previous resistance. So this was like a very easy move to make. Now a lot of you might be asking, all right, okay, Muna, that was like a very good call, and you know, you did your thing, so what next? You know, what next? I bought right over here. So what you're supposed to do is, in your mind, you're supposed to be figuring out the next resistance levels. Okay, since we caught the support, right, we're supposed to now figure out where are we going to be finding the next area of resistance. The next area of resistance, ladies and gentlemen, is very easy. Drum roll, please. Right over here. Because we had the support, okay, look at that support, and then we ended up going to the next upside. So I obviously expect this particular area, because 1, 2, 3, and then we kind of crashed and just went to the downside. So I really think that this is going to be like a very good area of value, and I'm obviously going to be sort of scalp trading this particular area, because I believe once we sort of penetrate through it, it's just going to be temporary, and then we're going to sort of come back to the bottom and just try to cement our support and see whether we still have the upward momentum. So this is obviously going to be like a very good scalp trade to like sort of get out of the position, to all the people who ended up buying at $3.69, and that's like really a very good amount of profit right over here. You know, that's like 30%. 30% in a few hours or in 72 hours is nasty. I mean, it's amazing. So I don't really understand why a lot of people don't really want to take advantage of the volatility and the fluctuations, because you can really end up multiplying your bags. And if you just keep on, you know, taking advantage of the volatility, of course you do face the risk of, you know, losing your funds for all the people who are using leverage trading. But please do not use leverage trading. Just use your regular account balance and just be safe, because by the end of it all, if you're not really using leverage, right, like once the trade goes bad, you can just huddle and just wait it out. But if you're over leveraged, you're going to get liquidated, and nobody really wants to do that. Okay, so a 30% is something which is crazy. And then remember the other day, right, I mean, like around these areas, I was reminding people to sell Uniswap. I was telling you, hey guys, no matter how bullish I am, I'm always certain that there's going to be market corrections. So all this particular euphoria right over here, when the price of Uniswap was around $8, everybody was singing kumbaya, everybody was happy, everybody was imagining themselves in a blue Lamborghini. By the way, blue is my favorite color. Yeah, so yeah, that's that. So guys, there's always going to be a correction, and it is important for you to always stay rational. However, depending on the traditional markets, because this is very important. That's why the other day, I mean on Sunday, take a look at my videos, please. You need to catch up, because all the things that I'm going to be talking about, you are going to be failing to understand them, because you don't really get what I'm trying to say, because you missed my Sunday breakdown video. Okay, so with regards to the traditional markets right now, we are a little bit in the safe area, even though we are still not really out of the woods. We might, you know, just end up correcting and just, you know, dying and crashing and just having that nasty correction. But so far, it looks like the S&P 500 kind of found support, and we might potentially try to go back to that particular area and basically hit into a wall of resistance. So this particular area right over here, 3,317 points per S&P, is going to be an area which is going to be very problematic. So you have to look forward, and you have to look out for that particular area, and you have to just, you know, do what you have to do. So those are the things that I am going to be looking at. However, if the feds decide to go bonkers with it and just, you know, end up pumping it, then that's going to be very good for everything, you know, including BTC and all that stuff. But hey, we're not here to speculate and hope for miracles. We're here to be realistic and do what we have to do with the evidence that we have. So here we have a cluster of resistance as far as this particular area is concerned. So look out for that one and do what you have to do. Utilize a stop loss and be in stable coins or whatever you have to do. Okay, so that's an area that I'm looking out for. So far so good. We are having a little bit of buying power which is coming through, and we are a little bit safe. Okay, but this might end anytime soon, because we don't really know, because we're still at the top as far as the S&P is concerned. So we are still way on top, and we might end up correcting. So if you take a look at the weekly, right, you guys are going to have nightmares now. Take a look at that. Take a look at that. We are basically we are at the top. So can you imagine if we just ended up dumping? That would be nasty. So that's why you have to be on your toes. You have to be very vigilant. That's as far as the S&P 500 is concerned. So when we take a look at gold, right, obviously gold is suffering a little bit, but we had like a little bit of a slight retracement, which is pretty okay, not so bad. So if we take a look at okay, we're not going to do that. Dow Jones, it's up a little bit, so that's good. So we have a few days. I mean, today is Tuesday, right? So obviously we have up to Thursday to make the most out of the cryptocurrency markets. And if we take a look at what has been happening with BTC, right, obviously, just like I explained to you guys yesterday, I am looking forward to having like a lot of resistance in this particular area. So let's flip over to the daily. So obviously anything which is going to be around 10,600 all the way up to 10,800, that's going to be like some nasty type of resistance, or perhaps, I don't know, we still have like a lot of resistance. And if this is the beginning of the downtrend, right, obviously a lot of people would say that this was some sort of Wyckoff distribution. Distribution. Let me do that. So okay, basic Wyckoff, right? It goes up, and then we have another Wyckoff distribution, then boom, the composite man exits, and then right over here we kind of failed because we were having this cluster of support that turned into resistance. So this could be the beginning of a brand new type of downtrend, okay, because we did have this Wyckoff distribution type of scenario. Okay, so just consider this Wyckoff distribution. Okay, so if we are beginning this next downward trajectory, we might end up doing something like that. Then here, find this particular resistance, because this was a support, it's going to turn into resistance. So we're going to do that type of action and just keep on doing that until we kind of bottom out. So what you can do is you can be shorting each pump. Okay, so right over here, perhaps we have just like a few pips to go up to the upside. So anything which is going to be, all this particular area is going to be resistance. Okay, once we get into this cluster of resistance, you can just put some shorts and do what you have to do. So that's just going to be like some rough overview. Okay, so if I were you, if I'm going to be longing, I'm going to utilize tight stop losses, but the name of the game right now is shorting the pumps. Okay, short the pumps, and you're going to end up making way much more money significantly, depending on the traditional markets. If the traditional markets are going to end up being if they're going to be lacking volume, then that's going to be the trades that we are going to be doing. We're going to be shorting the pumps and just playing it along, with the highest probability going to the downside. If we are going to end up doing what we did right over here, going back to the upside and just continuing our rally, then we're going to be longing. We are very versatile. We adapt to the market. Okay, we don't really have like any preconceived notions. We just go with the flow. Just go with the flow, and you guys are going to make much more money. Okay, so that's the name of the game as far as BTC is going to be concerned. I'm going to be shorting the pumps while dipping and in and out of outs, just depending on what the situation is. So as far as Uniswap is concerned, you already know my area of resistance. Anything which is going to be close to about $4.72 and above, I'm going to be getting out, okay, depending on how the traditional markets and BTC are going to be reacting. However, some would say, okay, this is the ultimate bottom, and then we're going to end up rallying towards the upside and just continuing producing new all-time highs. It depends. If the traditional markets are going to be very bullish, then the upward trend will definitely continue, and this in retrospect is going to be like the ultimate buying opportunity, the last time to buy Uniswap. But you know, we'll see what's going to happen. So I still have I scalp longed Uniswap right over here, just like I explained to you. It's a very minimal position, so right now I'm just you know, reserving my funds because I'm anticipating for the markets to sort of just do some crazy nasty stuff, just like they dropped right over here during the March fiasco. So that's what I'm waiting for. So obviously the next coming 3 weeks, I'm going to be like on my toes. I'm just going to be capital reserving and just waiting for that nasty drop, and then I'm going to be scooping up everything. But that doesn't really mean I can't really play the markets. I'm just utilizing stop losses. So what I did is when I bought around this particular area, I have already utilized a stop loss. So I got in after this particular stop loss hunting process was done, right? This is where I got in. Okay, I got in right over here, and my stop loss is obviously now here. It's at $3.97, so that's where my stop loss is. So right now it looks like we are creating some high highs on the 15 minutes. So whenever we break that structure, I'm going to be thinking of getting out of this particular position. But ultimately, my sell target is this area, $4.74 and above. So that's my trading strategy. I'm not really a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm not here to entice you to buy Uniswap or any other cryptocurrency, because they don't really care honestly what you do with your money. And you know, the markets are very liquid. If you invest $100 in this particular project, it's not like I'm really going to benefit off of that. So I'm just here documenting my journey and stay away from all the coins that I recommend. If I talk about Uniswap, don't invest in Uniswap because it's going to end up being a bad investment. So please stay away from all the projects that I'm talking about. Just let this be like a social experiment where I provide these daily updates, and then you just get to observe. And then in the next coming whatever 2 years, you're going to be looking back at this and saying, okay, this guy was an absolute douche bag, and yeah, he just ended up wasting a lot of money. So this is my social experiment, and you just happen to be part of the show. So thank you very much for being you know, here, and you guys have been awesome. So the market cap of Uniswap is still 498, which is pretty good. And if you take a look at the whole entire cryptocurrency markets, right, due to the fact that BTC has some sort of 0.6% movement, right, some of these alts have been performing very well. Like we've had 4% with Cardano, 10% with Tezos, Leo token 2%. I don't even know what that is. Yearn Finance, ooh, 11%. Damn, why did I miss that trade? I missed that trade. Yeah, because I was mostly focused on Uniswap. So yeah, some of these alts have done very well. So from a 7-day perspective, we still have some winners like Phantom. Big shout out to Mwila. He did recommend me to buy Phantom, but I didn't put in a lot of money. So thank you, my brother, for suggesting this amazing investment. So yeah, these are your best top performers in terms of, you know, safeguarding their value regardless of the dump. Yeah. Anyhow, it's been your boy Muna. In case you guys have got any other questions and suggestions for me, drop everything in the comment section below. I'm always looking forward to hearing your feedback, and hit the like button because that really helps me to get motivated. The more I am motivated, the more secrets I'm going to be unveiling, and the more knowledge you guys are going to be having, and the more money you are going to be making. So please smash up the like button, and yeah, subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on all post notifications in case you've got any other coins that you want me to like specifically trade and just basically talk about. Please let me know, and then we're just going to have this community type of projects that we are going to be monitoring and just trading, strictly trading, no BS, just trading and finding sell buy targets and that stuff. So remember, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm just going to be doing it personally, then you can observe from the sidelines as well. So yeah, talk to you a little bit later. Bye.